Welcome. This training is for employees who work on potable water discharges when maintaining and repairing our public utilities. Potable water discharges include controlled or scheduled discharges, such as the flushing of potable water lines, hyperchlorinated water line flushing, fire hydrant system flushing, and pipeline hydrostatic test water, and uncontrolled discharges such as water main breaks. In this training, we'll cover why it's important to protect our surface waters and how potable water discharges can negatively impact that water quality. We'll provide you with information on how you can help reduce or eliminate these negative impacts. Finally, we'll discuss reporting responsibilities. So, why is it important to protect water quality? We protect water quality in order to protect human health and the environment. You might be thinking, how could a potable water discharge negatively impact water quality? After all, the water is treated to meet drinking water quality standards. Potable water discharges can release pollutants such as chlorine and sediment. If the discharge flows into a waterway, that may pose a threat to both aquatic life and the quality of receiving waters. How do these pollutants reach those waters? The discharge either flows directly into nearby waterways or reaches the storm drain system. Storm drains do not lead to a treatment system. They lead directly to a waterway. Chlorine, the main pollutant in all potable water discharges, causes fish kills. How can that be, you might wonder, if it's added to water to make it safe for people to drink? Well, fish aren't drinking the water. They're breathing it in via their gills for oxygen. Chlorinated water is toxic to fish. And why is sediment, the other main pollutant, a problem? It's just a bit of dirt, right? Actually, it's more than a bit. The force of water from a water main break or a fire hydrant flushing can create substantial amounts of sediment that flows into our surface waters. This sediment can settle out in creek bottoms, fill swales, and clog storm drains, increasing the need for maintenance and the risk of flooding. Sediment can also bury fish eggs and clog fish gills, making it hard for fish to breathe and possibly causing fish kills. In addition, sediment increases nutrient levels, which can lead to algae blooms, and lowers oxygen levels in water, which can lead to fish kills. Aiming to make sure only clean rainwater flows into our storm drains, creeks, rivers, and lakes, local governments have established regulations. These laws and ordinances reflect the municipal permit requirements from the Texas Commission on Environmental Quality, or TCEQ. So, how does all this relate to you? You have an important role to perform in keeping your municipality clean, healthy, and compliant with state law. In general, as an employee of a municipality, you should look for and report signs of water pollution to the appropriate department. Signs include odor, an oily sheen on the water's surface, colored or cloudy water, dead or dying fish, excess trash, or an illegal discharge flowing down or dumped onto the street. You are also expected to help prevent pollution from entering waterways and storm drains during your field work. What key things should you know about the state regulations? TCEQ considers potable water discharges as other wastes or other substances, which means the substance may be useful or valuable and therefore are not ordinarily considered to be a waste, but which will cause pollution if discharged into surface waters. Violations could lead to enforcement actions. Even an emergency, such as a water main break, is considered a violation. This means the permitted entity, your employer, can still get fined, especially if you don't take steps to reduce the impact that the discharge could have on a waterway. These steps need to be taken as soon as possible, not just when it's convenient. So, you are expected to help prevent water pollution. But how? You implement best management practices, also called BMPs, or best practices, that help stop pollutants from entering the storm drain system and waterways. An important BMP, often one of the first actions to take, is dechlorination. What is dechlorination? It is the use of chemicals or other methods to eliminate or reduce chlorine residuals in water. While the decision to dechlorinate or discharge to a sanitary sewer varies by municipality and discharge type, in general, all major water leaks, breaks, water line replacement jobs, and fire hydrant flushing will require dechlorination. Dechlorination chemicals come in tablets that can be utilized on mats or in a diffuser. Read the label for instructions and recommended amounts, and check with your supervisor on your municipality's standard operating procedures. Use an adequate amount to neutralize the chlorine residuals. However, also be aware that using too much can have negative impacts. For major water leaks or breaks, put the tablets in the flow of water. Don't put the tablets directly in an inlet or water body. For fire hydrant flushing or fire system testing, use a dechlorinating diffuser, which has a built-in dechlorination tablet applicator. Place the tablets in the flow, or use an aeration method. For water line replacement jobs, this water is usually superchlorinated, rather than trying to dechlorinate with tablets, which won't work well in this situation. Flush the water into a sanitary sewer manhole. Other critical BMPs for uncontrolled discharges include erosion and sediment control methods. Why? They work to filter out the sediment from the water, control runoff, settle solids, contain contamination, and allow water to infiltrate. For controlled discharges, such as fire hydrant flushing, direct the water to an impervious surface, like a parking lot, in order to keep grass and dirt from being washed into the storm drain. For uncontrolled discharges, such as water main breaks, use an inlet protection device. Then make your repairs. After you've completed your repairs, remember to clean up the sediment from the street and inlet protection. What's the best way to clean up the sediment? Use a broom or wet vac. Don't wash sediment down the storm drain. For saw cutting during water main repairs or leaks, vacuum the slurry and cuttings during operations. Don't allow slurry to enter the storm drain or remain on the pavement to dry out. Properly dispose of slurry in accordance with established procedures. Unfortunately, even when you follow established procedures and you respond quickly with appropriate BMPs, potable water discharges can still cause fish kills. For any potable water discharge, the receiving outfall and water body, including creeks and streams, must be inspected for aquatic life impacts. Fish kills can happen immediately, a few hours, or even a full day after the discharge. In the event of a fish kill, follow your standard operating procedures, or SOPs, or contact your supervisor. Do not remove the fish until you get approval from the person responsible for investigating fish kills. That person or department is responsible for collecting information and contacting the appropriate agencies. So, you've dechlorinated, done the repair or maintenance, put in appropriate controls, documented the event, and coordinated with appropriate departments. But your responsibilities may not have ended yet. As part of the state regulations include reporting requirements, make sure to report potable water discharges to your supervisor and any other appropriate contact as soon as possible. Reporting processes depend on your department's and municipality's SOPs and expected environmental impact. So, check with your supervisor to learn more. A potable water discharge may need to be reported to TCEQ as soon as possible and not later than 24 hours after the occurrence. So check with your supervisor about reporting timelines. In the event of a fish kill, Texas Parks and Wildlife also needs to be notified. Texas Parks and Wildlife may estimate the value of lost resources and seek restitution. A written report must be submitted to TCEQ and Texas Parks and Wildlife within 5 days of a fish kill caused by a potable water discharge. Remember to be clear in your report. Keep in mind the type of information that needs to be included. This includes location, date and time of break, volume, discharge content, and response actions. If your report isn't clear and thorough, your municipality may receive a higher fine, and its compliance history could be damaged. Here's an example of an unclear description included in a report. I received a complaint about a water main break. Got there within the hour, spent 2 days cleaning up. What's not included here? When the valve was turned off. In this case, it was shut off within 15 minutes of staff arrival, but it was not noted in the report. Before submitting your report, reread it and provide more information if necessary. I received a complaint about a water main break. Got there within the hour, turned off the valve within 15 minutes, installed inlet protections and put out dechlorination tablets in the stream of water. Spent 2 days cleaning up. While this training provides general guidance on BMPs related to controlling chlorine and sediment, check with your supervisor on department policies and procedures. Municipalities vary in how they handle their responses, and coordination and communication may be needed between departments. Also, note that every site is different. Your team will need to consider each situation individually in order to make good decisions. As an employee of a municipality, you are expected to help prevent pollution from entering waterways and storm drains during your fieldwork. This includes the handling of potable water discharges, whether they are controlled or uncontrolled. The main pollutants to be concerned about in a potable water discharge are chlorine and sediment. To reduce the impact a discharge could have on a waterway, you need to implement the appropriate BMPs, such as dechlorination, discharging hyperchlorinated water into the sanitary sewer, and sediment erosion controls. Report potable water discharges to your supervisor and any other appropriate contact as soon as possible, so they can report to TCEQ and Texas Parks and Wildlife as necessary. In the event of a fish kill, you need to follow your standard operating procedures. Make sure to provide all necessary information in your report. This includes location, date and time of break, volume, discharge content, and response actions.